Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. We've been on a good run lately. Hold your breath. Calm, cool, collected. 2 HP is fine. Curse of the Tower is obviously terrible. 6 Hoi, I'm Temi, EC3M. With actually amazing stats. And I don't use that word lightly when it comes to Isaac. Or Eden starts specifically. But we have, you know, order of magnitude. Well, maybe not order of magnitude. Let's say standard deviation above the norm damage. Standard deviation above the norm rate of fire. HP is, yikes, acceptable. And, I mean, the only thing that's bad is luck, really, at this point. So we're feeling pretty okay. I will go to the double key room right off the bat. And let's re-roll all consumables on the ground. Good, we turned 4 pennies into 2 pennies. What an extremely good return on our meager investment. I do wish to go to the cursed room, unfortunately. But by the way, just recognize and appreciate how different this room would be if we had subpar DPS. That's the difference that like your Eden Star makes for you. And same if we had less HP. Like the fact that our HP was strong is, along with our DPS, means that room's a joke. We're basically saying thank you for the free room. But if our DPS was worse and maybe we had 1 HP, that room can almost be unsurvivable. So we're learning, you know. What does it take to make a streak in Isaac? Well, I don't know. But what it has taken to make this streak so far: good habits, sustainable play, and in particular, I know it's very exciting. It's like watching Al Gore talk about how the Earth's gonna explode, but that doesn't mean it's not important. What's been very nice for us has been, I hate that we took so much damage there, but at least we got a lot of money out of it. What's been very important has been contextualizing our deals with the devil and remembering, you know, just because the deal with the devil is good, doesn't mean it's good. You know, is 1 HP for double damage good? No. It's amazing if you have a lot of HP, or enough HP. If you got 1 HP, that's a terrible deal. I'm almost tempted to walk into the fire on that room. I don't think it'll pay for itself, though. So even though we got kind of a low roll, I mean, this is a tough boss, is what I'm saying. Loving this floor so far. What do we need the most? Well, we're in a great position where we really don't need anything. Yeah, I should have remembered that. A rate of fire upgrade is probably the most useful. Instead, we got similar but no dice. We're going to save all of our money for an arcade on the next floor. We're going to save all of our keys, which is one of them, for, I mean, at this point, I would say probably shop access. And it's all about, you know, you got to remember, every floor is important. Every floor is great. When a floor is wasted, Ed gets quite irate. That's not true. He seems like a pretty level-headed guy for the most part. Bombs are key. Okay, no keys, but I'm very happy with what we got here. This arcade shouldn't have worked out this well. Whoa. Whoa. Dicey. The only reason it did work out that well is because we got blood bank on the first payout. Otherwise, we would have been screwed. Walking on the spikes there. An embarrassment, but an embarrassment from which we will do our best to recover. Probably nothing, but I'm going to take a card just to try to tilt things in my favor the slightest bit here. Saw a couple of good bomb opportunities there. Ooh, and free HP. I will say it probably is not super relevant, but I don't think we care about picking up this HP until we see what our deal with the devil has in store for us. And we're so lucky that we're in such a good position. I actually think that this is a totally acceptable opportunity for us to use the Hanged Man. Just to stay out of their weird creep. Give us a little bit of maneuverability that might otherwise be inaccessible. Dust him. Please. He's dusty. I knew he was like 1 hit away. Turtlings are genuinely no problem, but that's the danger, is that they shoot their little dingles out there. 500 miles an hour, aka the speed of light. There we go. Nice rate of fire increase. And a Krampus fights. Now, you know, different people feel differently about Krampus. Remember when Krampus's head used to be... Ooh, I almost made it. Remember when Krampus's head used to be 3 rooms instead of 6? Those were the days. Either way, I'm still happy to have gotten the damage bonus for, you know, very little investment on our part. And let's also keep in mind, we would have taken Krampus's head. It's a good time to fight him. We also have deal with the angel potentiality right now. Everything's looking hunky-dory. We have had... Oh, I had internalized in my head that I could fly. No special consumables, unfortunately, but... I gotta think about this one. I think, like, I'm talking it through in my head right now. Previously, and something I've gotten a little bit better at, both in Isaac and Slay the Spire, believe it or not, and some of the Slay the Spire episodes that have been coming out contemporaneously with the recording of this video, they don't put this on display very well. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. Or not. Either way, it's a fairly minor issue. But, I've been playing slower, and I think that's important. Because when you make a snap decision about what item to take, you're relying on your preconceived notion, you know? So I am going to grab this after thinking about it. Why am I going to grab this? Our shot does become thinner and thus slightly harder to hit. It might minimize or completely neutralize the effect of Lump of Coal, but it is a form of piercing shot. And with Telepathy for Dummies, the homing tier ability out of this is really nice. Now, I could spend 3 cents, buy the bomb, blow up the Tinted Rock, possibly get Smaller Rock. You get the idea. I'm not worried about it. To be honest, I think we're in a great spot. Just keep it level. We got calm waters. So there's an expression I like to use, you know, smooth waters don't make for skilled sailors. However, there's a corollary to that expression. If you crash in calm waters, you're just a garbage sailor. You know, we don't control the choppiness of the waters. All we control is the quality of our sailing. So, basically, I just boil it down to a very simple adage. Don't crash, lull. And if we can accomplish that, I think we're great. Now, this is like a little tryout. I'm trying to figure out, are we better off with Telepathy for Dummies? With the homing tier effect that's actually working quite nicely. Now we got like a whole... It's much more complex now. Or are we better off with Jar of Flies? I'd say right now, I'm kind of digging Telepathy for Dummies. Terrible damage on my part. Which means we're going to reroll Forget Me Now. Even though it can be great. No questions there. I don't care if it costs us 16 cents to get something decent. Gimpy... With bad luck, Gimpy's not likely to be too useful for us. That's okay. We're going to choose not to take Jar of Flies. I don't think we need to buy the... Caves one. I don't think we need to buy the Spirit Heart. I think we're fine on that, but I am cognizant of the fact that I've taken some pretty dumb damage. You know what I will do, actually? And again, this is why, like... Just given your... Oh, okay, well, what I was going to do is buy a bomb, so in case we get a deal with the Angel, we could take advantage of it, but... You know, if I had just gone in here super quickly and not thought about that, you're relying on the cached information, you know, in your brain. And that's not necessarily bad, but, you know, it means that you're kind of dealing with a non-nuanced situation. So, you know, taking an opportunity to think about things is important. You consider factors you hadn't normally thought might be, you know, advantageous. All sorts of stuff. Just slowing down in general is, I mean, sometimes. It depends. like a lot of things. Not everything in life. You want to see someone with weak opinions? Just listen for the expression, like all issues, it's complicated. Because not all issues are complicated. Some people have been trained by bad faith rhetoric to believe that everything on Earth is nuanced and there's context that matters and etc., etc. Not all things on Earth are complicated. That's a... Oh, I thought I could make it. That's a person who believes that they're smarter than everybody else just because they think they can put themselves in anybody's shoes. I have no time for that. But in Isaac, I have some time for that. Get me out of here. I might even buy this other spirit horn. I don't know. I really don't want to compromise or deal with the angel chance. Or deal with the devil chance, for that matter. Give me a bomb here. Maybe it'll work. Ah! Pushed it like a micrometer. But I will admit, I mean, if you've seen me on the show, it's not really a hard and fast New Year's resolution, but, you know, I can be an impatient person. I was talking about it with my parents last night. I was saying, like, as I've gotten older, I've become much less patient with other people. And that's 50% true, 50% false. I've become more patient with the people I love, for sure. Being impatient is a very selfish reaction in general, because you're basically saying, like, you know, why are you so slow at doing this? My time is worth more here. You know, that's not what you're saying literally, but, like, implicitly, there's a certain element of that tied up. You know what we'd love, actually, is the scissors trinket. I'm realizing that would be, like, 12 out of 10. Yikes. I'm going to say no, because I don't want to aggravate our Curse of the Tower any more than we already have. But, you know, especially when it comes to, like, joining lobbies on the NLSS, I'm like, we got a 180-minute show. We gotta work on this. You know, we don't have to be like a Formula 1 pit crew where, like, every millisecond matters because Sebastian Vettel is on your tail. But we could be a little faster than this, surely. I mean, we've done this 1,000 times. All right, we have bombs. I was really hoping this would be the Fallen. Either way, deal with the Angel. We got the HP base to trade HP for damage under most circumstances. Okay, we did get the nub back there. Deal with the Angel. We got the bombs necessary to get more deals with the Angel in the future. And our DPS, as you can see against Gertie, totally acceptable here. No deal is the real bummer. So we do see that there's an arcade. I'm willing to work for that. But it's true, you know, one of the things I got for the new year is be a little bit more patient with people, you know? Or at least nicer about my impatience, you know? Drop hints, let people know, hey, the lobby's open, it's time to join. By the way, if you've forgotten how to join this game that we've played 30 times, here's how. And, you know, even now you can see this is going to be a challenging... Wow, we're so lucky. It's going to be a challenging resolution for me because I can't help but be a little bit dismissive about it even to begin with here. Probably setting myself up for failure. Yo, this is now, DPS-wise, good. 1 damage upgrade away from being probably great. So I actually think this might be one because we have a unique combination of like homing, piercing, high damage tiers where... we might do boss rush, like, just out of the goodness of our heart. Not even the goodness of our heart, just out of a, really out of a selfish motivation to get stronger. Like, we're crushing. We got, like, a little baby Brimstone. This is like Brimstone's younger brother. You know, it's the Eli Manning. Is it ever going to be as good as regular Brimstone? Nobody knows yet. It's an unknown quantity. That's for Canton to decide. What I do know is we're 1 AAA battery away from feeling like this is probably one of the better telepathy for dummies runs we've ever had in our entire Isaac existence. Yeah, this'll work. And I've been probably talking about it ad nauseum. You're like, to this point, probably just like, shut up about it. But dude, I am feeling a level of confidence. I gotta check and see if this works. Yo, let's go. I'm feeling a level of confidence in Isaac that I have not felt, you know, I don't want to say in ever, because I don't think that's true. But I am going into every run with what I would describe as a healthy adult level of confidence where I don't necessarily think we're guaranteed to win. What I do feel is that I possess the necessary skills to do my best to navigate whatever may come in the future. And I know you're like looking at blank card there, but dude, I don't know. Why deviate from this incredible course that we're on? Especially because it's a little bit different than, you know, your average. Sure, we can get blank card, black rune, but like, it's not even close to being bad. It's just a little samey. Now, 9 times out of 10, I'd be in love with the opportunity to take that item, but here I'm just kind of like we're already so well equipped. Why not just keep it going like this? All right, 100% chance of a deal. This will transform the run, potentially. It's a deal with the Angel, a fire rate up that actually gave us a tears up, which is very surprising to me. You want to see some true Galaxy Brain hours? How do you feel about that? We just sucked up the wafer, the ability to fly, and to a lesser extent, Trinity Shield. Why? I saw an opportunity to get 3 stats upgrades. What can I say? Now, it did give us a little bit of damage. By the way, that was a bad idea. I would never suggest that you do that yourself. But it was an awful lot of fun. Plus, we're looking real likely to get that Mega Satan fight going on now. And again, I feel like I'm a broken record here. We're talking about a lot of ground that we've tread over recently. I'm genuinely not trying to rush. But we just keep getting these runs, and it's a beautiful situation. Keep getting these runs where the average time to kill on any individual room is like, you know, 4 seconds. Moreover, like, we've actually kind of played terribly on today's run. I have taken a lot of hits that are not inexcusable, but are not very becoming of somebody who is, you know, at least on his resume, a professional Binding of Isaac player. Yo, we don't see this room too often. But it's still a very, very, very fun one. So, I think we will probably use Potato Peeler. But again, it's one of those things, and I'm taking this opportunity now. Anytime I make a big decision in Isaac, just do a little walk, you know? It's our version of sleeping on it. You never want to act rashly, pick up Potato Peeler, use it 6 times, and then be like, we're good to go. Especially when we've got so much time, you know, we may or may not end up doing Boss Rush anyway. If we use Potato Peeler, what's the right number of times to use it? I'm going to give you 2 answers. One is 4. We get the maximum level for 1 single cube of meat. We get probably like 1.8 damage or something like that. The other number is 1. We get a single orbital, which is very valuable. We spend almost no HP in the process. We get a little, like a modest damage upgrade. And I think that's, you know, after thinking about it more, that's the low risk, but still like medium reward option. I think I actually like that a lot. So let me play it once. We got 0.2 damage, but we also get an orbital. I think I'm completely okay with that. I don't think this run is a high risk of death at all. You know, sometimes we've had some runs recently that have been very strong, but HP was never sorted. I think we are like in a beautiful situation right here. Especially, this doesn't really help, but I was gonna say if we can get some high damage, like a Sacred Heart, basically. If we get Sacred Heart, we could also dump Telepathy for Dummies, and you know that item has been fine for us, but wouldn't mind getting rid of it. I'm not gonna throw in the Calculated Zane. These are bad, unfortunately. Even though we'd crush Boss Rush, those are not worth it. Why not take Little Harbingers? Easiest reasoning in the world. Sometimes, because I'm not perfect, it will blow me up. When it blows me up, we will also get Curse of the Tower. Curse of the Tower runs the risk of hitting us twice. And I don't know if you remember, but we're highly primed, I should say, for an ironic defeat on this run. And why do I say that? Well, we're in a very hubris sort of situation. We said no to the wafer. Arguably, maybe the best defensive item in the game. The kind of item you always want to have on our run. What did we turn it into? Like a +1 range upgrade when we already have unlimited range. Why did we do it? Because it was funny. So, you know what would be even funnier is if we did that and then we lost. So I'm trying my best to fight against irony. I'm sorry to tell you, Alanis, but it's the honest to goodness truth. Wow! I thought that they wouldn't, like the timer on those explosions would have reset. But you learn something new every day. I still wanted to blow him up for deal with the angel chance. But we'll just not open the golden chest. I'm trying to think of what else we would like. Obviously, like, raising our damage stat is incredibly disproportionately valuable for us. But even if we just got, like, poison tears, it's a pretty meager amount of damage. But I think we output it at such a prodigious level that we would have, like, no problems whatsoever. I mean, you gotta keep in mind, we're about to fight our first womb boss at 19 minutes into the run. It's not quite twice as fast as your average run, but, you know, you're a few percentage points above the mean. Just keep it steady. I think there's a metaphor in here, you know? You ever hear the expression, I'm sure you have, is it better to burn out or fade away? Most young people, I think, say burn out. You know, the star that shines twice as bright burns half as long. I don't know if that's astrologically true, but something people say regardless. Verp, full health? Yeah. Well, we might as well take advantage of this then. Maybe not. I'm sorry. I'm not one of those guys, you know? And I think that I've been that guy in Isaac streaks in the past. I've been the guy, hey, you know, yeah, we may never get a 300 streak, but at least we pick up items nobody else picks up. And that's... I don't think that's admonishable. We'll take Maw of the Void, but it's a little scary. And I'm not actually going to take experimental treatment either, because I think the HP down is dangerous enough to not be worth it. And I'm being sincere. Now, I think I'm finally content, and we're starting to get close to this irony range, and it's freaking me out. I think I'm finally content to be a slow-burning star, you know? I want to burn at the minimum level required. So freaking thankful for that. I want to burn at the minimum level required to maintain life forever. Okay, I'm loving the red hearts, Gimpy. Thank you. I didn't pick you up for red hearts. You know this. You know, I'm here for the spirit heart payouts. Now, if you only give me red hearts, as long as you give them reliably, no harm, no foul. But your boy really would like to pick up some demon hearts. Just a little peace of mind, you know? I understand about indecision. I don't care if I'm left behind. People living in competition. Alges? Ansus, I think. And all I want is to have my peace of mind. And then you go, take a look ahead. Dum dum ticka ticka dum ticka ticka dum ticka ticka take a look ahead. As much as I might be a Vancouver Canucks fan, I can't deny Boston, definitely one of the best classic rock bands of all time. If you're doing Boston versus Chilliwack, I'm sorry, I gotta give it to Boston, okay? Okay, it's basically the loss of a full HP upgrade, which is very bad. I'm kind of buying into this idea that, you know, you basically can't leave me in the lurch forever. Like, eventually, Maw of the Void will be forced to pay out. We have a positive luck stat. Actually, Gimpy is kind of an offender as well right now as well. So charge this up and then immediately use this when you enter the room. The damage is so freaking good. No deal. That's fine. I'm moving on. I don't think we're going to need this full health pill. But I'm not denying that actually a lot of our earlier bad damage has come home to roost. We will be taking none of those, yet still opening these. Now charge it up. Doesn't apply retroactively, apparently. Like, Maw of the Void is a recent item, okay? I'm not sweating it too much. Gimpy we've had for quite some time. Like, it is time for you to pay out with some Spirit Hearts. One of these days. Or maybe none of these days. And we'll have to win the run exclusively on our own dodging merits, which is a little bit more harrowing, but, you know, so far is going okay. It's part of my problem is I keep getting in enemies' faces, and there's, like, quite literally no reason to do so. You know, we have unlimited range and a staggering amount of damage. Why go to these enemies and be like, hey, I'm gonna, you know, approach you on your terms. Thank you, Maw of the Void. The only conceivable way that I could ever take damage? Yeah, let's do that. That sounds smart. Alright, so, I mean, I just have to reconcile. It's been a very Isaac-y run. We haven't had many anecdotes. Hope you got enough of them on a recent runs and dailies. It's kind of the first run of the day oftentimes ends up being an Isaac-y run in general. But I gave you a little bit of my philosophy on life, you know? And I do think it applies to life as well as Isaac, because in rhetoric you can twist almost anything to apply to almost anything. You know? Are you going to be the guy, and I think that, you know, I've been both of these guys at different parts of my life. My online content creator existence is a star that burns half as bright, burns twice as long. I've got a consistent regimen. I'm not working 14-hour days chasing trends. I'm doing what I like and what I know I can do sustainably for, like, the rest of my life. But I've been that guy in the past. It's like, dude, when I work out, I'm gonna be the... Like, I'm gonna do 2-a-days until I get, you know, 6-pack abs. And then after, like, a week and a half, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to eat a fried chicken sandwich. Whereas if I was, you know, and I'm trying to instill these habits in other parts of my life, you know, if you take small, healthy steps... It'll take you longer to realize your goals, but your odds of realizing the goals are substantially better. The Isaac streak is informing my real life and vice versa. Instead of, you know... I forgot we had Mega Satan too. This is so good. I'm a little nervous about fighting Mega Satan right away. But I think I'm down with it. We have what? 1.29 luck? Okay, I'm gonna do... just a couple of rooms and the hope that we get some payouts of some sort. I don't really want to do this big room, but I'll do it anyway just to see. You know, instead of making things tough on myself and then white-knuckling it, and when I succeed being like, I'm great, and when I fail being like, well, I wasn't trying that hard anyway. What if we just, you know, we build progressively? You know, we inch by inch, row by row. Gonna make that triple-digit streak grow. All I need is a rake and a hoe. Google DeepMind, please don't flag that. And a piece of fertile ground. Okay, I think that's where we strike. We're gonna be going in with the charge. Might as well take this, even though it doesn't do anything for us. We're going in with the charge. We got an extra Spirit Heart. We got our confidence about us. And dude, the tears are looking hilarious. Mom's Contact was actually an unbelievably strong item. Like, look at the way it's freezing the enemies in place. Yeah, we're fine. This is a great opportunity. Oh, baby. Good run. You know, we were pretty much set from the get-go here. Didn't have to, you know, again, calm waters don't make for good sailors, but Lord help you if you crash your ship in calm waters. It's a bad sign. You're going to be fired from the Carnival Cruise Line Corporation. We've maintained our job. All we got to do is keep it up for another 35 years. We get a, you know, half our salary as a pension for the rest of our natural lives, or until the pension fund gets invested accidentally into a Ponzi scheme and financially ruins everybody involved with it. But, you know, not trying to be a downer about it. I'm just saying you should read about Bernie Madoff, you know? Could happen to you, too. Easy wins. And a good run. And a Mega Satan run. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya!